So I believe at the end of the last session I mentioned that I would sort out your loot.
And Budo and yeah.
I suppose I better sort out your loot then.
Lovely.
And give us our Budo and all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you want that as well.
Have we not had that
Oh,
yet?
yeah.
Ooh.
No.
Let's do that.
Because I want it. I got seriously hurt. I want something for it.
Right,
Yeah.
1 second. If you have a look on the loot list, you should find a list of equipment.
Oh yeah.
Just seen it
Just
come up.
appeared.
Copper and silver.
Oh, look at all that silver. Mm.
Goldsworth.
A full light Ashigaru. Wakizashi is the short sword.
Yeah.
Three of
Correct.
them.
Yep. Yeah.
Three according to that. 3 light Ashikaru.
Oh, 3, so it is. Yeah. Wow. And a one-man
And,
a one-man Hankyu.
Three Wakizashi. One of them is
Excellent condition. Wow, and an excellent condition Yari as well. No,
Two-
two of them
two
are
Yaris.
both excellent condition. Wow.
2 Yaris in good condition.
Yeah.
Excellent condition, so
Yeah.
they were quite well equipped. These guys.
For bandits especially, eh? They've been doing well on the highway.
It's been successful. Man,
Sorry,
this
on the
year.
Saikaido.
Mhm.
Successful bandits, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I suggest we use the poor quality garb to wrap up all the weapons and carry them with us,
Yeah.
because they're not worth. That's not worth anything.
That sounds like a good plan.
Well, the poor quality garb is poor quality because of the
Blood all over it.
fist holes in it. The various attacks
Bloodstains.
to toward it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's still not worth worrying about.
no, we'll
because
just wrap stuff up in that.
No,
eh?
I don't want second-hand clothes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good for
No.
clothes.
Okay. Can I have a D20 roll from everybody, please?
2 seconds. I'll put the dice
okay,
back on the screen.
2.
Mhm.
A 2.
Nice. That's it.
Yeah, I'm predicting what I'm going to roll.
Oh, you're
okay?
predicting. You've rolled a
Oh,
10,
right.
same as me, mate.
Hang on a second. Oh yeah, I'll do it and don't roll 20. Shall I go on then?
Mm.
It's got a 2 in it, but it's got a 0 next to it.
Oh, look
So
at
it's not
that.
one.
stuck.
With both bases, eh?
Yeah. ooh,
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
we've managed to average that out perfectly.
Me and Tim are jamming in the middle.
Yeah.
You guys are.
Yeah. Okay. An argument develops between Yanagi and Kinzo. Yanagi maintains these guys are far too well fed to be bandits. Kinzo poo-poos the complete idea and points out the obvious kind of eyes close together and shifty features which are inherent in defining a bandit.
No,
They were wealthy
no,
boys.
too well equipped. We got a lot of good stuff here.
Mm.
They seem to have some good quality gear, that's certainly true.
Yeah.
And they were quite capable as well,
Yeah, they were quite handy.
which might suggest a higher level of expertise, possibly a bit of additional training than your
Training,
regular
organisation.
bandits.
Yeah.
Take it they don't have any paperwork on them.
No paperwork.
No, they wouldn't have.
Bandits, paperwork. Come on now. Yes, officer, here's my license and papers.
Yeah, but there might have been somebody else pretending to
They
be
maybe got
bandits.
somebody else's, aye.
Forgot to dump their ID or something.
Aye, they maybe got somebody else's.
Okay, 1 second while I just sort out your Buddha.
Ooh, let me put that back on screen.
You don't need to, Dave.
Oh, did I give it to you last time?
I just did it.
I
Just trying to chisel extra, you see.
thought you had,
Um,
yeah, I thought you
right.
had,
I'm
like.
sorry, I didn't remember. I knew I had to give you the loot, but I couldn't remember whether I'd given you your Buddha.
Give me the loot. Give me the
No.
loot.
Fair enough.
You have.
If you already had it, then I will not take it away from you for being greedy.
I thought we
Alright?
had it. Like,
Yes,
I
but
wasn't sure,
I
to be
didn't
honest.
hear
I
you raising
hadn't
an
made a note of it.
objection to that.
No, I thought we were getting a
quite
bonus.
happy. The bonus is trying to figure out who's going to carry all that weight.
right, where are we exactly on the map? Remind me where we are in the world,
One
please.
second while I move you back to the main map.
Going into we're in the foothills, I think, heading into the mountains. Edge of mountains. Way to the Temple of the Flame.
Oh, right, that's right.
Sorry, we're going past the Temple.
We're going past the Temple of the Flame. We're going to this new place, aren't we?
Yeah.
Correct.
Remind me the name of?
Just looking.
The Merciful Buddha Temple.
That's it, the
That's
Merciful
the
Buddha
one.
Temple.
So the weather is getting colder. You can see that there's snow on top of the mountains and on top of some of the hills as well. Now that was 1, 2, 3, 4, and half of that was in normal terrain and half of that was in rough terrain. So your rate of movement at the moment, I think, is 4, correct? 4E?
Yeah, it's Harumi's the slowest.
Probably.
My winter, just checking. I had my winter garb on, and I do. Now, we're up here. Question: we're up here in dangerous, unknown lands. Is it maybe time to put on the more serious armor, like the full, like Ashigaru, rather than the partial?
Like Ashigaru armor is going to encumber you partially. I've just tried picking one up.
Oh yeah, if I pick
This
one
is the
up, it is.
problem. There is a lot of loot,
That's right.
and it is going to encumber you.
Just looking at what I can carry. I can take one suit of the armor. And probably the Wakizashi's.
How much does a light Ashigaru weigh? 20.
If
Yeah.
you put it on your character
20.
sheet, it will automatically add it.
It is 20, yes. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I got my character sheet.
That's going to make me encumbered as soon as I put it on.
But does it reduce your movement down to 4?
Oh, definitely not. So
In which case, it isn't a problem, is it?
no, not for moving over land. For like, if we got into a combat, it would slow me down.
Well, I can carry the suit of the armor and the 3 Wakizashi and still keep up with everybody else. So somebody else can pick up the rest of it.
Yeah, I can certainly carry at least one set of armor and some weapons.
Myself down for that. I'll carry one of those.
Or a note down who's carrying what.
Okay, I'll take one
Yeah, I
light
have
Ashigaru.
Fair enough.
I'm going to wear it and move my other one to my own baggage.
Okay, so I've put down that I'll carry the 3 Wakizashi and one of the armor. I'll put it on the loot sheet, so you want to add what you can.
So I'm up to partially encumbered when I've changed armor, but I'm still carrying the other set. So I've got 35 in weight of armor on me.
Yeah, I'm partially encumbered, but I'm still going faster than the Shigeru. So.
Yeah, I'm up at 48.1. So I'm at 75%. Everything's -1.
I'm carrying 54 pounds, but I'm still okay.
Harumi offers to carry the money.
I bet she does.
Now, the money's not a problem. I can't.
Well, let her carry the money then.
It's a bit much difference.
I'm just checking that I've got everything correct with my own bits to begin with, and then I'll start adding some stuff.
Yeah, the Wakizashis are 3 each. The armor's 20 each.
Right, I'll start adding Wakizashis then.
I've taken all the Wakizashis.
Alright, okay, what's
You
next?
manage one of the Yari.
I'll see about a Yari. One in baggage. There. Yeah, that puts me up to 58.1. I'm still at 75%. So yeah, I can take a Yari.
Okay. Your name down.
Harumi can carry another 1/4 pound.
Right, if I'm at 50...
Carry one of the
Huh?
arrows.
I'm at 58.1. I think it's 60 when I hit the next encumbrance, so I'll just leave
Right.
it at 58.1, eh?
It'll be the next multiplier of your strength, I think. So
Well,
break.
yeah, it's 30 when I go into partially, so I assume it's 60 I go into the next.
If I take
'cause
one of the Yari, that puts me partial.
I'm on 54. And
Yeah.
so I'm on like 3.5 times my strength, and I'm still partial. Can't take much more, so I'll be fully in.
58.1 here, and I think I can only go up to 60 before I hit the next thing, so...
Yeah, the same as me.
Aye,
You can't really take much.
I'll leave it at that.
It's pretty much as I can.
I've put on the full the light Ashigaru, and I'm carrying my partial light Ashigaru.
Let's have a look at.
Arrow's doing way much, so you're right with him.
Now, where is armor class on your sheet, and has that been automatically adjusted by me changing armors?
No, it doesn't.
No,
adjust.
it doesn't automatically adjust it.
Okay, so where's armor class on the sheet?
Left-hand side. 21.
Armor
If you have a
class
look at the
1.
left-hand
Yep,
side,
armor class
just
1.
above your boo guy.
Yep,
Yes,
D20.
armor class
4. So that goes up from 3 to 4 for me on my worn. So my armor class
Harumi
is 6 because of my level, right?
Right, Harumi can take the bowstring because it doesn't weigh anything effectively.
Oh, yes, certainly. She will offer to take the bowstring.
It's about like 2 of
Right.
I think.
I can grab those. Keep those together. I've got the 3 Tanto and a Yari at the moment.
Yeah, okay, yeah, just stick your name down.
I am doing. I'll just have a look at my weight again, so that's okay.
Yeah, arrows don't weigh much. Not as the Quipper. Not sure about the Kyūryū, can't be that much.
We're just going to have a look at the Hankyu.
More than about 5, I don't know, or a 5. Most.
Hankyu's 4.
Hankyu's 4. Each willow leaf is 1/10 of a pound.
The arrows are only 4 pounds, most.
Yeah, quiver's a pound.
Right, I've got the 2 Hankyu as well.
What's left?
And can you take the other armor, Kinzo?
At the moment, where I am partially covered, that sits me on BMA 4, which is still all right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, yeah.
just wonder where I'd get to if I had.
My BMA is currently 6.
Yeah, that takes me over. Can't afford to go.
Yeah, so
more than
you
that.
strength multiplier, so you can't.
How's Kinzo? Have we lost him from Discord?
No, he's just picking up the armor. See,
Sweet.
picking up those bits that are left.
Is that everything covered then?
I think so.
Looks
Okay.
like it.
Really good.
There was.
I can't hear
Yeah.
Tim. I think I'm going to have to jump out of Discord and back in again. I can hear everybody but Tim.
Yeah, I can't hear him, but it may just be that he's not speaking. Cause
Maybe. I'll wait
it's
and see
on
what it
that
does.
press talk, so.
No, I'm not. Basically, I've not been speaking.
Ah, no, you are
Yeah,
there.
it's-
Yeah, sorry, mate. Paranoid.
It's
Paranoid. That's what that is. Sorry, mate. Paranoid that Discord's being a bitch. But it's not, for a change. It's behaving.
So, these bandits that weren't really bandits then.
Hmm.
Yes.
Well, that you don't think we're bandits. Kinzo
Yeah.
is convinced that you're wrong.
Are they? Could they be a patrol for something closer by? That aren't actually bandits, but they're acting like that to try and turn people away.
Possibly, but they're way out in the wilds.
Are they way out in the wilds?
And they
We-
weren't-
just because we don't know what's around here doesn't mean they're way out in the wilds.
Well,
Sorry,
also-
Found-
They never acted like bandits. They attacked with deadly force. It weren't like they were playing bandits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh no, they definitely weren't playing. They may have seriously underestimated
If you-
you, but they
shooting to
definitely
kill,
weren't
aren't they?
playing.
If you were
Are
just
these,
Oh, they were shooting to kill.
if you're just trying to scare
But
people
these-
off something, you wouldn't be trying to kill.
Well,
These suits of armour all
Yep.
look identical, like they're all made by the same.
Uniform.
Hello there.
machine.
Discord is struggling with me for some reason.
Anybody?
Hello there.
Hello there, Discord had a moment.
yeah.
We have a mystery guest.
No, I think everybody
Not sure.
got cut off because I heard the hello there of somebody joining loads of times.
Yes.
Yeah. Same here.
Weird.
Just as I was saying Discord was being nice, it does that.
That's it. And it now. I mean, there's no way that this equipment's far too good for your average run-of-the-mill bandit.
Oh yes.
Yeah, definitely not
yes.
running the mill
Yeah.
bandits for sure.
There's nothing we could see. The swords don't have any markings, or the armour.
Well, there's no markings that are obvious to you.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm not good enough to get the bits. I'm just examining it.
I've not got
Yeah.
any, I've not got any skill in heraldry or anything,
But
or armory.
the only stuff that seems to be poor quality is stuff that's been damaged in the fight.
Yeah.
But generally, everything is as good as you've seen in General Ashigaru use.
Good or excellent.
Look at it this
So-
way, there's more loot for us.
Oh, it is good for you. Yes, increases the value of the stuff that you have
Yes.
captured. Yes. As far as let's see, would you have got that information? There. You've got some information on where you're heading into. Let me just pull it up. And you are the village of Nai and the Temple of the Flame are in where are we? That's the one I wanted. They're in the fief of Furansu Arigaru, who is a reasonably senior retainer of the daimyo, and he has a number of items in his fief. 1 second. There's the village of Furuta, the village of Nai, and the Temple of the Flame. But as you go into the mountains, into the rough terrain, you have just left his fief, and you are now in a fief belonging to who is it? Kurosaki Moto, and that fief contains a number of interesting items. He is in charge of 2 castles, Hitotsu Castle and Tahen Castle, the village of Marta, the Merciful Buddha Temple, the Flashing Blade School. So he's quite a powerful man, but he has to be supported by the daimyo, because the village of Marta itself would not support 2 castles.
Yeah, not surprising.
But he's obviously trusted by the daimyo, because this is a border province. So his castles obviously control the roads into the neighbouring provinces.
So strong castles.
So
Defensible.
Strategic significance.
Strategic significance. That's the one, David.
correct. Now you have just left the fief of the previous lord, and you have just entered the fief of Kurosaki Motto. Whether that has any bearing on who these guys were, you don't know. But anyway, as far as
okay.
sorry,
In which case, I will try a long shot and try if I can track them back, see which way they came.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe we'd go near the area and see if they've actually got some kind of camp, like they're a patrol or a guard or somebody sent to watch the road, and be worth having a look at it.
okay. In that case, could you please make a tracking roll?
I've got to apply a bandage to myself.
No, I failed the tracking roll.
Yeah. Bandages would make sense.
Yeah, I would like a.
Do the bit of
Who's our physician again? Remind me. I would like a bandage.
Yanagi.
Aye.
Yeah, bit of assistance, please, Yanagi, when you've got a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've just been sorting things out and talking a bit, and it's like, hang on a second, half of me's hanging off.
Aye, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
yes.
Wait a
My
minute. before we
apologies.
go anywhere.
You would have thought to apply bandages on completion of the battle if
Yes,
it hadn't been for the week's hiatus, or sorry, the 2-week hiatus between the
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
we would have done it.
So
Okay,
therefore,
so-
those who need a bandage can be deemed to have applied it.
Okay, let's have a physician roll on Kinzo as a start then. He spoke up first. No, but only just failed. But you do get
Okay.
obviously bandage
You get
and
1 point for the bandage.
and
On yourself?
well, checking the other guys first. Kyūryū, you need something?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so bandage plus 8 effect numbers.
Also, so that's
Made that by 8. Nice.
Well, that's at least 2 points. Let me check and see if it's any more than that.
superb. Nice one, Yanagi.
I don't think it is, because this is just post-battle effects.
Yeah.
So I think it's
First
1
aid,
point
isn't it?
for successful roll and 1 point for a bandage.
So that's just
Right.
-2 off my lethal there.
Yeah.
Minus 2 off your lethal.
Thank you.
Kosa. Successful roll again for Kosa.
Thank
Not
you.
quite
2
great,
points.
but still
2 points
successful.
better for Kosa.
Thank you.
And myself. Come on, let's cut myself open and 20.
Lead out.
Oh,
Oh, close.
no, but just a bandage.
Just a bandage.
Never mind.
Well, your hands are probably getting cold from all the first aid you've been doing on everybody else.
Yeah.
In your selfless approach to the party.
Yes, indeed. Although, actually, I'm going to save. Ooh. I'm going to add an additional point for the physician's kit. I've got 1 unit left,
Okay.
so I shall use that up.
Fair enough.
Is that expensive? Bits for the
They are
physician's kit?
expensive. I gradually use them at key moments, and I'm half
Okay.
health. So I consider
Remind
that.
us when we get to somewhere where we can get some replacements.
And we'll pay for replacements for that. Yeah,
Need
group
to add to
money.
the kitty for the replacements.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
Yeah, but you
Good.
don't want to be skimping on them. If we've got them, be using them, then we'll replace them.
Well, I've got the bandages as well. Unless anybody's using their own, I've taken bandages off my list.
Okay.
I know what I've got left that way. Although that number's not right. Should be that many.
The juice
There
is
we go.
not something I carry any of.
Yanagi will be aware that I've got 9 on my person, okay?
Oh.
Is that 9 after the one you've just had, or
No, that's 9 at the
Extra.
moment.
okay? So I've just taken 4 off my list for the 4 of us.
Do you want me to pass my bandages over to you?
It's probably best to have them
Most of
carried
them.
in more than one place, because anybody can apply a bandage. So
Okay, that's fine.
Knowing that
Yeah.
you've got some and I've got some means if somebody needs to grab them for somebody that's down, they know either of us have them on our person.
Okay. Well, you're the doc, so I'll follow your instructions, sir.
Okay.
It's good to know that you've got them on you. I didn't know that.
Well, I'm thinking of buying some more when I get a chance.
Yeah, it's
Hmm,
probably a good
And I
idea.
remember, of course.
very.
Well, I've currently got 16 bandages because I had 2 lots of 10. So I used up the couple that they had previously, and I've now eaten into this next batch. So we do go through them at a rate.
Yes. People keep insisting on trying to kill us for some reason.
Yeah.
I will point out, Dave, that bandages come in units of 6.
Units of
They were
6.
units of 10.
No, they're units of 6, I believe.
I swear that.
Bandages. I thought it was 10 bandages. That's what I
Yeah,
put on the
it's
equipment list.
It is
on
6.
the
Yeah,
list.
you've put 10 on your thing, Dave, but they are 6 in the book.
Cool.
Send them
Silly
away.
me.
Because Dave's a generous and benevolent God, aren't you, David?
Yeah, who's got it wrong and will, in deference to his players, reduce the number on the price list next time you buy.
That's fair. Very fair.
There we go.
Okay.
I must have that many then. That's fine.
No. You up until now I've said 10, so 10 it is. But I will reduce it on the equipment on the price list.
Yeah, you'll need to change your description in your equipment list as well, won't you?
Yep.
But that's okay. Anyway, cool. We have enough bandages. We are wrapping ourselves up.
Buy them now before the price goes up.
Yeah. Right, we now have 1,000 bandages.
yeah.
Yes.
How many bandages can we get for a good wakizashi?
Well, you can only put one bandage on, so
You only do one at a time, yeah.
more than enough.
Yeah, but we just keep the store. We'll just hire out half of one shoe's place and fill it full of bandages.
Run a bandage shop on the side, yeah.
Yeah, well, buy them in 10s, sell them in 6s. It sounds good to me.
Sounds like good business, yeah.
Sounds very merchant of us.
You give one away with every packet, so you give 7 away.
Anyway, right.
Okay.
So, let's have a look around.
We'll stagger on towards whatever the next place we're visiting is, because I think we're all encumbered, aren't we?
No, but
Yeah,
first we can have a look around here. We want to know where these bandits that aren't necessarily bandits came
Yeah,
from and what they've been doing.
I told you they're bandits. Let's get on to the next place and get warm, because my hurts.
Kinzo, can you take your thick hands down from your eyes and actually look around? Because they're not.
Kinzo, look at the quality of this armor and this yari, man.
Some of what they've got's better than what we've got.
Yeah, we've got money. We're doing all right.
Since I don't own any armor and I don't intend to, that's not surprising, is it?
Anyway, regardless of that, you can travel a further today, even weighed down to the speed of Harumi. So let me just reveal a little bit more
Of the map.
of the map. Yes.
Oh, that's okay.
Of course.
So we haven't got cameras on, so
Yeah, I was gonna say, we've not got cameras on. If he suddenly switches his camera on, I'm switching them off.
Did we actually find any tracks?
No, I'm afraid that Kinzo did not manage
No,
to
there
find
was
any
nothing
tracks.
to be found.
Well, I won't find any because I don't know how to do it. So,
Oh, well, but there weren't any.
it.
There weren't any Kinzo. These guys were good. There weren't any.
You're
And
having me on, aren't you? You're pulling my leg just because I can't see the side of a barn door. I've got your number, Kosa. Hey?
Oh, yeah, that's why they're not normal bandits. They're so good they covered their tracks.
Ah, they were ninja.
I don't know. Yeah, could be. I mean, certainly.
well, no, you saw them before they attacked. Therefore, they can't be ninja.
Yes, they can. They're just
Could have
incompetent.
been
ninja.
just could have been a trick.
Anyway, onwards. If Kosa says he can't find any tracks, we'll carry on. And I shall mumble because I'm carrying far more weight and is good for me.
Well, you leave the wooded valley that the bandits accosted you in and make your way through a pass between the hills, and you find yourself in another wooded valley as night draws on. And hey, what was that?
I just said okay.
Fair enough. I thought you said A for a second there.
Okay.
And you reckon that the temperature could well go sub-zero tonight?
Yeah.
Let's see
Oh,
if
it's
we
a
can
good job
find
we've got
somewhere
spare
with
card then, isn't it? Because we can wrap
Yeah.
up double.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
We've all got our
Are you
winter
going to
garb
make
on.
a campfire for tonight?
You sure are, if it's going to be that
Yeah,
cold.
it's going to be that
Yes.
cold. But
Yeah, I think we have to.
If necessary, we'll burn the whole wood down.
no, we won't.
Health point of view, we can't afford to be too cold.
Very good. You set yourselves up a campsite within a small clearing in the woods. You can find downed timber that you can make a fire with, and you deploy the camping equipment and winter equipment that Uncle has lent you for the first time, actually, because so far you've been spending each night in a village. But it does seem rather cold, and are you going to have watchers?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, this is your first venture into rough terrain, really. The only other rough terrain you've been into, well, you spent a little time around the village that is being rebuilt, and a little time around the Castle of the Flame. But this, well, you're approaching the foothills of the mountains. You can see them looming to the northwest.
I'm going to volunteer to be on the first watch.
Fair enough.
And when I am on watch, I'm going to be wearing this armour that I picked up. But also, while I'm on watch, not for any purpose other than for the look, I'm going to be standing there holding this excellent quality Yari. So I'm an armoured, speared, guard-looking man, like just to have the look of a proper guard in case.
Shall we have Kyūryū and Kinzo together, and then Kosa and Yanagi together? Second watch.
So you're just having two watches.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got enough people for any more.
We'll let her sleep.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to put her on both watches just for the.
Oh, Harumi volunteers to go on the second watch, so that
Thank you for
she's
your offer, but maybe next time.
Yeah, we'll let her sleep. It's fine. We've got hard travelling
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay. Well, she asks if you'd wake her before dawn, please.
Oh, don't worry, we will. Yes, we will.
Yeah, she's
If we
grateful
can actually
that you
tell when
didn't.
dawn is.
She's grateful that you didn't move more than 4 Ri today. She feels not too bad condition compared with other days when you've been travelling.
Good.
Yes.
Well, rest well tonight.
Okay. The night passes peacefully, apart from the fact that it starts to snow fitfully around midnight. And it's still snowing gently when you wake Harumi for greeting the sun.
Yes,
It's
wake
not
up.
heavy snow, it's just light snow.
What a time of year to be trekking.
Wakey, wakey, sunrise time.
Fair enough.
This will bring us down to about BMA 3 then. This will take about
Not
25%
really,
off, won't it?
it's the equivalent of light drizzle. It's
Not
not
Okay.
building up a great deal of thickness on the ground. It's just damn uncomfortable.
What Mr. Waring is saying is it's the worst of weather that we could possibly be out in.
Or the best, anyway.
I shall start grumbling about it. Mumble, mumble, grumble, grumble. All day long until you're fed up of it.
You've got something else to grumble about.
Yes, we know it's bad, Kosa, but grumbling is not going to make it any better.
I remember last winter I got very ill from the cold weather, actually. Was that only last winter it was?
Well,
You should be out in it then, shouldn't you? You should be wrapped up nice and warm, because obviously you can't take it.
I've got winter guard.
Well, the temperature does rise a little bit during the morning, and the snow changes to sleet, and the ground changes to slush. and a bit of fog starts to arise.
30th Kikuzuki, the date.
Correct.
Nice.
Oh, right. Okay.
It is 30 Kikuzuki, yes.
Fair enough.
Nice, I nailed it.
So you travel further up the road, and you are indeed in the foothills of the mountains. 1 second while I just draw a little bit more of the road on.
Hey, my favourite.
And you are traveling beneath the edge of the mountains. The road bends to the northwest, and then it heads back towards the west, and then leaves the mountains and heads back into the foothills. And all is peaceful. And then up ahead, you hear a bell.
You hope that's the
A
temple.
bell.
Could be our temple.
Mm.
Does it sound like a
Keep on
temple
going.
bell?
And about midday. Is it midday? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, right. Yes. About midday, you reach the temple of the Merciful Buddha. And you, given that
There's Discord playing up again.
Hello there.
to avoid the fallen branches and so on this track, I think you probably all head for the gates of the temple with a sense of relief.
Yeah. Now,
You do.
Dave, apologies. Discord had a moment again for me. Can you give me the full name of the
Yeah.
temple?
Dropped out there.
Okay.
The temple
1
of
second. This
Merciful Buddha.
the Merciful.
the
that's
Merciful
one.
Buddha temple.
Thank you.
That's what we got here in one piece.
Because Buddha is merciful.
Yes. The gates to the temple are shut, but one of the monks is keeping an eye on what's happening outside and is surprised to see you making your way up the road. But he opens the doors and welcomes you into the temple and suggests you get yourselves warm.
Thank you.
He directs you to some visitors' quarters and inquires as to what on earth you're doing out in this sort of weather.
Well, we're delivering stuff to wherever it is we're going. As a character, I know it is, but I can't remember as a player.
The flashing blades.
Flashing blades school. I'm just looking for
Yeah.
it.
Okay, well, we're
That is-
delivering a package to the Flashing Blade School then.
Which I believe
Which
is
is
not too
where?
far from here. Not too far from here, I believe.
The flashing blade school is to the south,
It's
and
how far away would it be?
1 second, and he will tell you. It is 1, 2, 3 right. To the southeast.
Less than a day's travel.
Effectively,
thank you.
it's vertically down on the
Yeah,
map,
that's not too far then.
which is actually southeast.
Okay, thank you.
There is
warmed
a faint track it's not a road, but it he won't say it's difficult to miss in this weather. Thankfully, this snow does not seem to be settling particularly well, but if you get a blizzard, you definitely won't find your way there.
There is some sort of path, at least.
Well, you could call it a path. It's not really a path. It's just, well, just follow the gaps between the hills, and you should get
And
there.
we'll just ask for directions before we leave.
Well, just head for that mountain. He kind of points to a peak in the distance. If you just follow the path between the hills towards that mountain, you'll find it on the northern slopes of the mountain.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want to leave it.
Right, where's that?
I want to give a donation to the Temple of the Merciful Buddha.
They are always grateful for contributions to the Temple Roof Fund.
Okay, I'm going to hand over a gold piece.
He thanks you for your generous donation to the temple, and inquires whether you wish to attend the services.
Well, if we would like to, if possible, shelter here for the night and then travel tomorrow. So would we be able to shelter here?
Well, the temple is open to you for the night as travellers. Pilgrims and travellers are welcome here.
Then I would very much love to attend the service. Thank you.
Of course, and he will tell you when the hours of the services are, and he will send one of the monks to let you know when and where to go.
Thank you very much.
He gives you all directions to the. Not sure what the temple refectory is called. I'll just call it the refectory. Where they meet to have their meals.
Yeah.
And gives you the time of the evening meal. There is a bath in the rear of the temple if you wish to wash off the mud of the travel and defrost yourselves.
Here's the $1,000,000 question. Do they have hot water?
There is a hot spring.
A hot spring?
Oh yes.
Wow.
All the modern luxuries.
The Buddha truly is merciful and kind.
Oh, this is one of the reasons the temple was founded here. It's a sign of his generosity that he sends the water out of the ground at such a temperature in the mountains.
Chose a beautiful site for his temple. I commend you for it. And thank you for your hospitality.
After we've bathed and eaten, what have you, I will ask for somewhere appropriate that I can sit and meditate for some time before we settle down for the evening.
I have to remember to take one day's food off for yesterday because we camped out, didn't we?
We did.
No, you don't have to take one day's food off because Uncle supplied all your food. If you remember, you took about 2 weeks' supply of food from him.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
20 days food he gave us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Yanagi is taken to to a shrine to the Buddha. It is indeed very peaceful there.
Oh, good. Well, not great, but I'm just practicing what I've learnt, and this seems to be a very good place to do that.
Okay.
So, oh, actually, that's pretty good. What is my Zazen? Oh, there you go. I only missed my 2.
You did some meditation.
It is definitely a very peaceful site.
Yeah.
Let me just check something.
Is that does being at a Buddhist temple give you a plus on your Zazen rolls? Is that what you're checking?
Not for this particular one, unfortunately. It's not a meditation temple.
Just somewhere peaceful that I can sit and practice what I've been taught so far.
Yes. Right. So let me just check something. Okay. So the following morning, it is. Well, the temperature was definitely sub-zero last night, and the ground has frozen, but the day is clear. So the mud from the slush last night is actually frozen. So if you get a good start on your journey, all being well, you should find that the ground is hard enough not to be a problem.
Okay.
Can I just make a suggestion? Could we possibly leave? Do you think it's worth leaving this equipment here till we come back?
Yeah, save us carrying it, humping it all, but
Save
yeah,
lugging it up the side of the mountain. If the
Yeah.
temple's okay with that.
if the temple
We
don't
can make
mind.
a donation, can't we?
Yes, they don't have a problem with that.
Okay, so all we need to do on our sheet is move it to from carried to by other
Make it drop.
or dropped. Yeah.
Just make it drop. No. I don't fancy lugging it all the way up mountain and back down again.
Yeah, quite right. I'll do that with my partial.
Okey-doke.
I'm
Right.
gonna 2 seconds. I'm gonna do it with one piece of my own equipment as well that I never use, and get my weight down to. Oh, that's 31.1. I still need to get rid of something else.
Money you've got, mate. That's what it is, weighing you down.
I'll just need work. I'll spend some money later on. It's fine.
And we need to make a donation, perhaps out of some of the loot money to Temple for storing this here until we come back.
I've just donated a gold piece to them. I think that'll cover it.
Well, that was a separate purpose, wasn't it?
I suppose, yeah, that was separate. That was just from me, like.
That was you purposefully donating to the temple, whereas now we've asked to store things. We ought
Asking
to
a
be.
favour. Yeah, you're right. David, what's the month after Kikuzuki?
I mean, Nazuki.
Minazuki.
I mean, Nazuki.
Nice one. Yeah, donate some money from the party loot then to the temple.
Okay. Add another on to your score, please, Kyūryū.
Oh, on from actions, isn't it?
On from actions, yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, you rise for breakfast. You are given directions to the Flashing Blade School, and effectively, let me just check something. They point you at a mountain to the southeast, which I believe you can now see.
Yeah, nice.
And aim for that, they say. And the school is on the slopes of the mountain.
Thank you.
Quick question, Dave. Please. Flashing Blade School. Is that the one we went
Yes.
to before? I
No.
thought the name was familiar.
No, you've never been there.
Maybe I thought we'd just sound familiar though. No, it's a little bit out,
No.
location-wise.
The school that you went to was the Harvest of War School, if you remember.
Yes.
That was the one with the Okuden for martial artists who
Yeah,
were
and it's in the other school next door.
the Whole
Idiot
Man
gentleman.
Academy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
the Okuden
I mean,
and
I
one-handed
think-
fighting, and then the guys had opened up a place next door called the Whole Man Academy. I remember that.
Yes, there was no love lost between the two.
Mm.
They seemed to feel that it had been set up as a mockery.
Yeah, oh yeah. I would agree.
Anyway,
Press
you travel on and you travel southeast, and you actually have a peaceful day, which is rather annoying.
Hey.
And let me draw in the route that you follow. There you go. The ground is hard underfoot for the first re, and you make your way between the various foothills to the mountains.
Yep.
And you reach the Flashing Blade School by midday.
Oh, I see. We can just see the edge of it. Yeah,
You can just see the edge of it.
See the edge of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when I did this map, I didn't quite get the whole school in. Just like
No,
I didn't quite get the whole of
It's on the join.
It's on the join, yes.
You said by
But-
midday we reach it.
Oh well, actually, it's well before midday. Actually,
Late morning.
did you leave Harumi behind at the temple, or so you're traveling faster, or did you?
She
take
offers to stay behind,
Yes.
and we'll say yes. That's a good idea.
Yeah, 'cause it's only for
Well,
2 days, isn't it? So.
yes. Well, she will suggest it because you were leaving the equipment behind so that you weren't slowed down. She understands that she does slow you down, so if she stays behind as well, she can have another nice warm bath, and you can travel faster.
Yes, they're not massively faster because I'm not that much faster than her.
Hmm.
But still, it's a bit
Yes.
quicker.
It is a bit quicker. Anyway,
Yeah.
you reach the Flashing Blade School,
Yeah.
and you're somewhat surprised. When you hear the name the Flashing Blade, what does it bring to mind?
Martial school, sword fighting, wakizashis.
Yes. The student on the door is actually wearing a gi.
See? Fair enough.
This appears to be a martial arts school.
Even better.
It's a strange name for a martial arts school, I say.
Oh,
It's a
well,
school.
I believe
It's a school.
the master chose it due to his okuden, he says, with a sniff.
Kyūryū's eyes light up. And what is the master's speciality okuden here at your wondrous school?
Parrying blades.
Ooh, that is one of the most impressive of the martial arts. Anyone that can do that is a true martial artist indeed. What a great school
Well,
to
the
come to
master
visit.
has given a number of bushi an unpleasant shock. His disarming strike was especially annoying to them.
Nice.
Anyway, he inquires as to your business in this godforsaken weather.
We have come to see Chiba Shusaku, your armorer, I believe.
I see.
We have a delivery for him.
Ah, right. Well, if you mind giving me the bills of lading, I will take them through to him and just make sure it's one he's expecting.
Well, my apologies.
You do
but
have a
I
bill.
was-
You do have a bill of lading for the blades.
Yes, I do. But
Yes.
I was asked to deliver it personally, if you don't mind.
Well, yes, but I do need to make sure that it is worth his time.
Well, believe me, it's worth his time.
I would not summon one of the teachers for a simple delivery. That would just normally get left here.
Well, let's go together. And if I've wasted his time, then I will apologise.
If you've wasted his time, I shall take it out of your hide, he says quietly.
Right, Sonny, try it.
At the present moment, you don't look much like a martial artist. You are
I know.
wearing winter
That's why I
peasant
don't
garb,
mind-
etc.,
I don't-
etc.
But I don't mind prodding him and winding him up.
Kyūryū gives Kosa a little wink when he says that. Like, I love it. Love to see it.
Okay, you are taken to the armory, there is in fact a full armory which appears to be devoted to making both armor and weapons, and the master in charge of the armory, while to your eyes obviously a skilled budoka, also appears to be the person who is running the armory. So he obviously has those skills. And yes,
Just not me.
and the student will introduce you and say that you claim that you have a shipment for him which you've been asked to deliver personally. There is obviously a tone of doubt in his voice.
I will give him and the master the letter first.
He nods and reads the letter and then bows politely and thanks the student. You can go and bring the rest of this gentleman's party and the cargo they're carrying, and then continue with your duties at the door. He disappears off and comes back to collect Kinzo, Kyūryū, and Yanagi. You are brought to the armory, and the student is ushered off, and the armorer asks for the supposed cargo as well as the delivery.
Yep, give him the whole lot.
Okay. He checks the blades and mutters a few words which, if anybody got armorer or skills along that line, I
No.
don't think you do you?
I don't.
I don't think so. Tend to be Bushido and we haven't got any of these.
Okay. But he appears satisfied with the blanks that you've brought, and then he opens the package, and it does appear to be a daisho, and he checks it and thanks you for delivering this. Were you questioned at all or searched?
No, nobody really bothered us. We had no problems with the patrols or anything.
Oh, good. So, right, I will deliver it to the sensei and see what he wishes to do. Do you wish to stay the night, or are you returning to the temple?
We will take a night of your hospitality, if we may.
Oh, but of course. He rings a bell, and about 30 seconds later, a student rushes in. Yes, master. Instructs him to take you to the student quarters and show you the baths, and make sure you are fed at lunchtime. And says he will see you later.
Yes.
Okay. You are led off. There is a bath. They have to heat the water here, unfortunately, but they do heat some up for you, and you are asked if you wish to resume your existing clothing or just have a guest robe.
Guest robe, I believe. No way. Yes, why not?
Fair enough. They will offer you a padded gi, just to keep you warm in the wind that whistles down from the mountains. You see
Hello
the
there.
master. Sorry, who left? Who arrived?
It was me again. My Discord's playing
Oh,
up
dear.
again, sorry.
And me, I dropped out as well.
There was a
So
time.
I've decided we'll stay the night. Take a chance that the weather doesn't turn horrible tomorrow and stay the night tonight.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Okay.
I would stay a month and study.
So we
here.
can, well, it'll give us a chance to look and see what this school's like.
Yeah.
If we ever want to come.
Okay. You
It's
have a
too
look
far
around.
away to consider as a training base. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit cold up here and all, isn't
It's
it?
a bit cold up here in these mountains as well, exactly.
But if you wanted for some reason to drop out of society for a while, it'd be ideal.
Indeed.
I bet there's some nice classes up here for guys like us. Some nice teaching.
Probably quite.
Well, it's a class 4 school. There appears to be the sensei and 4 teachers, and it is indeed a martial arts school.
What's the name of the bugai for parrying weapons? Parrying blades?
It's an okuden
It's
of a
an okuden
temiwaza.
it's an okuden of
Yes.
a temiwaza. A temiwaza's
Yeah.
our favourite, guys. Let's stay here for 6 months. Let's stay here for the winter.
You'll be lucky.
Do you mean
Give it
next
up to
winter as well?
But this way, if it's genuinely an Okuden, then you're going to have to really, really, really convince the master to teach you. He's not going to teach any Tom, Dick, and Harry.
I'm not
Correct.
just any Tom, Dick, or Harry, though. I'm quite handy at a temiwaza, like.
You are to him. You are to him.
Well, maybe.
You're not a special student to him.
Correct. What's your reputation in the school?
Nothing. But
Really? What was your name again?
in this school, nothing. It's my first visit to here, but I have formidable skills in a temiwaza. I would be willing to prove myself in a display of my skills in order to catch the attention of the master here.
What certain level he is.
Every Tom, Dick, and Harry who's a budoka who comes here would claim the same thing, obviously. To learn an okuden, you have to persuade the master, and that requires status rolls.
It just rolls
okay.
doing a few favours for him.
So you can't
Yes.
you can't go into learning an
doing
okuden
something truly impressive.
unless you've got some status with someone. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can always create your own okuden.
We can still learn a temiwaza here from someone who's. It'll be rare now that I'll have someone that's got a higher skill in a temiwaza than me. So this is probably a rare opportunity for me to learn it from someone, isn't it?
I don't know. Have you inquired as to the level of skill of teachers in the other schools?
Yeah, and I mean I'm got a high skill in it now, so it needs to be someone that's got higher skill than you that teaches you, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's becoming rarer and rarer. So this would be a good place to learn some temiwaza.
Well, if you find a good martial arts school, then it's likely that at least the sensei, if not some of the teachers, will have mastered the temiwaza.
Masters, yeah.
And
Yes.
mastered it means numbers wise you've got over 100 in effective.
Nope. 99 is the maximum.
99 or 100, depending on how you play the system.
Yeah. Well, effectively, 99 is the maximum score. So your maximum BCS is base BCS is raw BCS is 19.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. So my base BCS is already 18. I've got a permanent skill of 85, so it is quite high. So this would be.
Yes, those last 14 is going to be hard work.
It is indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the sensei and the armorer are obviously having a quiet conversation over lunch, and at the end of lunch, the sensei will call one of the students over, who is spoken to, and then comes to collect you, and you are taken and introduced to the sensei.
Greetings, Sensei.
Greetings.
1 second, I'll just give you his name. Ishimaki. Let me just paste it into roll 20. Ishimaki is the sensei of
Thank
the
you.
Flashing Blade School,
Mhm.
and he thanks you for the blanks you have delivered to his armorer, and teaching the okuden to his pupils is hard on blades. They start with blunted weapons and then graduate to the sharpened form, but
Start with pocket
parrying them can cause damage to the blades, and students are not often capable of judging their blows well, and therefore unexpected damage can occur.
Yeah, right.
A true master will kind of deflect the blade and disarm the bushi, and the blade remains undamaged. But achieving mastery, that is a job and a half.
Not
So,
convincing,
unfortunately, they do go through a lot of blades, and therefore he thanks you for the delivery. Most welcome in this season when travel is limited. And he asks you to take a small package back to the merchant concerned as an expression of the school's gratitude for the timely delivery. And he will have one of the students deliver it to you later this evening.
Is that the castle of the flame, isn't it? That we came from.
Nope. It
No,
isn't.
Uncle.
Oh, was it Uncle?
Uncle.
Uncle.
Uncle gave you the job.
So he did.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was the job before, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Yes. I wonder what they're going to do with these blades. But they're not breaking them on students. Nope,
Well,
none of my business.
You're not an expert armorer, but the armorer did appear to be treating them with care.
Yes. I mean,
So it's
sword blade versus body. I don't care how good you are. You're not likely to damage the blade.
depends how carefully you strike it. Anyway,
I'm dubious, but like I say, none of my business. What they get up to.
that's the story he's telling you. Anyway, back to the school. After lunch, you're taken on a tour of the facilities by one of the students. It is a class 4 school. So they do have a library. There are teaching scrolls available for the some of the bugai they teach.
How many did the instructors do they have?
They have the sensei and 4 other teachers.
Oh, that's quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. The sensei and the armorer are both masters of Atemiwaza, and you get the impression that the armorer is also a student of the Okuden. So both he and the sensei are able to teach it. Jujutsu. Yes, they are also masters of Jujutsu. But the Okuden, they focus on Atemiwaza as the main skill that they teach.
Of course, Atemiwaza is the main martial art, isn't it?
Jujutsu is generally taught equally in most schools. And
but we all know that Atemiwaza is the superior martial art.
Not necessarily.
I know, I'm just saying that to get... I'm just being on these guys' good side.
Well, the student who is accompanying you round explains that they are taught to value all the arts equally, but obviously in school the Atemiwaza is favoured by those who wish to become pupil of the sensei. The evening meal passes peacefully, and one of the students does bring a small package to you. You would guess from the weight of it, it's probably some coin and a letter.
Okay.
Okay.
Put that away safely.
And you spend the night in the school. The following morning, it is snowing.
Oh, no.
So you can expect Kosa to be a complete pain all day. Sorry, Kinzo, a complete pain all day.
Hey, don't blame me. I'm not the
don't blame-
moaner.
Yeah, don't blame Kosa.
Fresh brace and mounting air.
Right, my fellow travellers will have realised that Kinzo was not at all impressed by that school, thinking they're a bunch of jumped up arseholes. Okay.
Oh, really? Where's that came from?
Well, the guy on the gate was up his own arse, right? And the rest of them are like that. I shall not be returning to this school.
Yeah, no, I think you're probably right. There may be a bit, but I think they certainly look pretty competent to me.
Well, the guy on the
Be
gate.
arseholes,
Well,
but competent
they
arseholes.
were competent, but the guy on the gate obviously had no respect for you as kind of
Strangers,
delivery.
yes.
Just one guy.
Yes.
Can't judge a whole school on him. Kosa?
Oh, you certainly can.
You can. You
And
can.
not only that, the Okuda in their teaching will cause an awful lot of problems for you if you use it, because the Bushi will consider that disarming them in that manner will be an insult to their blades, so they'll try even harder to kill you. So I suggest you
Disrespectful.
don't.
Yeah.
Yes, that is one disadvantage of that Okuden, but
It's seen as dishonourable.
Pardon?
Some will see it as dishonourable to disarm, to purposely disarm.
Oh, indeed.
Ah.
You're disrespecting their swords, which are more important to the most Bushi than their lives are.
Mhm.
So, as I say, I shall not be returning to this school.
Also
Except to
embarrassing
them
them
now.
by being contemptuous enough to disarm them.
Yes, well, I never said the sensei was a particularly nice chap.
No,
Not everyone's gonna be.
it would be nice to learn. That's quite useful. But there we are.
Mm.
Also, I don't believe that they're breaking blades either.
No, perhaps not. So not.
What makes you think they're being deceitful?
So it gives him something else to chew on, and he's not in a good mood when we leave.
Even
So
though
hopefully
usually-
we don't meet anyone on the road, because I might just attack them out of hand.
Yeah, that was just a cover story. They obviously using those blades for something else, but I don't really want to be. Out of my hands now, not concerned.
Righty-ho. So you step out of the door after breakfast?
No. Oh, no, it's snowing.
Yes, it is. And unfortunately, it looks like there's a decent amount coming down.
Okay, well, heads down. Let's get on trudging along, guys.
Yeah.
As fast as we can.
Okie doke.
Put your straw hat and raincoat on then.
Fortunately, it's not far.
Well, the ground is hard under your feet, but the snow soon builds up. But thankfully, it's only half a day's journey to the Merciful Buddha Temple, and nobody in their right minds is out in this weather, so it's peaceful.
Oh, we're not in our right minds, are we?
No.
Okay. Do you wish to just pick your stuff up and travel on, or spend the night there?
Is it still snowing?
Oh, yes.
We
I'll
should wait till tomorrow and hope
spend
the
the
weather
night
improves.
again, yeah.
Let's hope the weather's a bit better tomorrow.
Well, we had to camp out last time, didn't we? So we need to be able to get to, is it Nye, in one day?
I don't think you're going to do that. Long way.
Yeah, we will if we force March, but of course, that would be hard on the Shugenja again.
We'd have to pick her
And
up
quite
and
possibly
carry her.
Yanagi for that matter.
It'll be hard on all of us because we're all more laden, aren't we? So it's going to be harder work.
Yeah. So I think we wait till tomorrow morning. Let's keep your fingers crossed that the weather's a bit better.
Yeah. Agreed.
We set off
Okey doke.
as soon as it's light.
1 second, let me just check something. Dumpty 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 dum. So that goes to that. So you basically need to be able to travel at 7 Rai to be able to make it in a day.
Right.
Because the rough terrain reduces your move.
What
But
BMA does that
the-
require? Do that?
Well, effectively, you're traveling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ri in rough terrain, which means you need 8 Ri of movement if it was just rough terrain, plus 2 Ri in normal territory, so that's 10 Ri if there was no road. Because there's a road, that increases your move by 50%. So you need a move of 7, a BMA of 7, which is then increased to 10, which would allow you to travel that distance from the Merciful Buddha temple to Nai in 1 day.
I'm not going to do it in 1 day.
No.
No.
So you're
No.
going to have to camp out
I
1
can't
night.
do that in 1 day, not on this
Yeah.
encumbrance.
Still gonna have to do 1 night's camping. Okay, so pick up all the stuff back onto my character sheet. That was at the temple.
Yeah, we have got. I mean, we have got the kindling and charcoal that he gave us. So hopefully that's
Oh yes, you have.
a nice fire
So-
going.
So you won't have a problem getting a fire started, even with the snow on the ground.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to spend the night in the temple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. And Harumi is, of course, pleased to see you. She appears well rested, nice and warm, and asks how the handover went.
Yes, no problems at all there.
Jolly good.
Nice and easy.
And we're getting an early
Oh.
start tomorrow, so we won't be off as soon as it's light tomorrow. And we've got 2 probably quite tough days ahead of us, so prepare yourself.
Okay. There is about 4 inches of snow on the ground by nightfall. And the snow does continue overnight. So when you wake the following morning, it is still snowing.
Do the staff at the temple expect the snow to continue, looking at the weather?
They think it could well continue for some time, actually.
Yeah, it's probably only tell us the next couple of days at best. Okay, I think we'll have to risk it then, guys.
Yeah.
We will head off.
What's the date, Dave?
Sorry. When you are going to leave the temple on
On the 3rd.
3 Kaminosuke
Yeah, 3rd.
on the 3rd.
I thought it might be. I'll just check.
Yes. Right. So luckily it's only 4 inches of snow on the ground, so you don't have a problem keeping to the track. It's pretty obvious where it is.
Mm.
So you are able to travel. So you're moving at 4, so that goes up to 6, and then down to 4.8. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can make it through to the river valley there by nightfall. And I'm afraid all self-respecting monsters are hiding in their caves.
Hibernating for the winter.
Huddled up together closely for warmth.
Yes.
By nightfall, the snow is up to about 7 inches deep. So your feet are freezing.
Yeah, we're going to keep going until as long as the light lasts, and then
Okay.
start off tomorrow.
Well, you can find shelter in the lee of a bluff, so you can find a reasonable spot for the night. You build up a good fire. You've got plenty of charcoal. You probably double your rations to
Yes.
give you something to offset the chattering teeth, and hope that nothing happens overnight. Let's see. Yes. Overnight, the wind gets up, as does the snow.
Lovely.
And sure enough, the following morning, there is a blizzard. Are you going to try moving, or are you going to stay and in what is a reasonably sheltered spot?
Think, folks.
I'm no outdoor survival expert. I'll wait and hear the other opinions first.
I suggest we stay where we are for today.
Yeah. Yeah.
We certainly give it a few hours to see if the blizzard blows by. At least where we are is uncomfortable, but if we get lost in that blizzard, we could end up anywhere. We could have
And that's the fourth now with the blizzard, yeah?
The blizzard is on the
Yes.
travelled east, and the snow was falling gently. By nightfall, it had got up to about 7 inches. But overnight, the wind picked up, and it's on the 4th that you have the blizzard.
So we're not going to move on the 4th, we're going to stay here, try and camp up.
Unless the blizzard blows
Unless it
past.
stops out.
Blows past before early afternoon or whatever.
Well,
Okie doke. The blizzard itself. Let's see. It moderates to heavy snowfall as the afternoon wears on, but the snow on the ground has built up to about a foot and a half.
oh wow.
And there are snowdrifts in places. So it's probably sensible to wait until you've got good light before trying to travel.
Yeah.
Bank up the fire and stay till tomorrow.
So let's get as cozy as we can here.
Okay, could I have I think the best bet is probably health saving throws for you all. You can have +5 because of the fire, etc. that you've got, but the temperature drops precipitately that night.
Oh, I'm okay.
Just having a quick look what mine is.
Yeah, make it by 1.
So I've got a 13 with the +5. Oh, jeez. Kyūryū and the cold will get on there.
Does somebody wish to roll for Harumi?
Sure.
Given her health,
There you go. Oh dear.
They're both
Bad as mine.
well, her health is 4, so adding 5 is 9, which
So hers is
means
worse
that
than mine.
she's missed by 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Yanagi, both Kyūryū and Harumi are not looking in the best of shape the following morning. It looks like the cold's got to them.
Okay, so one of the things to start with would be, well, actually, Physician could be a start, or massage might be another one to try and get some blood flowing.
Question. A few days ago we were in battle and we still had damage. I take it we can take all that lethal damage off our sheets now.
I doubt it.
I've
No,
got
nothing.
add 7 to
We'd
get
have
rid of.
had
One
some healing,
second.
but
1 second. I to be honest, I should have been checking this, but
So we've been
You had-
travelling most of the time.
you had
Yeah.
1 night staying in the monastery. Sorry, you've had 2 nights staying in the monastery and 1 night in the school, which was reasonably good. But you have been you've half travelled for 2 of those days. So, as far as healing is concerned, let me just check and see. Dum-de-dum-dum-de-dum.
Sorry, just to hold the play up, but I'm thinking it's pretty cold. I want to hold on to as many hit points as I can here. If we're worth it, if we're getting any back, better check.
So, the first night. So you've travelled less than half your BMA on 2 nights, so that's a -2. You were in comfort, so that's a +2. And you had, well, the physician can be checking. So basically, for 2 nights, you can get your healing rate back +1 if Yanagi makes a physician roll.
okay. Physician rolls. You want one for everybody, or one overall, or do you want individuals?
So for 2 nights I get my healing rate back, that's enough anyway.
Well, if you make 1 overall healing for the party for those 2 nights.
Okay.
So my healing rate is 4,
Yeah.
so I've got
Successful.
enough back already.
Okay, so in that case, everybody gets back twice their healing rate +2.
10. Nice.
Twice healing rate +2, so 8. So there we go. Still some down, but not all of it down.
Oh, yeah, I'm back full.
I'm fully fit too.
Nice, love to hear
Jolly
that.
good. So, you would guess that it's probably frostbite or something that Kyūryū and Harumi are suffering from. So, massage would certainly be one way to get the blood flowing again.
Yeah.
So, have a roll for Kyūryū. How many did you miss your healing, your health roll by, Kyūryū?
So I think my health was, with the +5, it was 12. Well, let me double check that. Health saving throw is 8, so 13. So I missed it by 5.
Okay, so it would be a massage roll at -1 to get that blood
Okay.
flowing again.
Right, I can't do that on myself, so
No, failed.
right, I'll try on
Okay.
Harumi. I've got a little bit of massage skill.
And it's -2 for Harumi because she failed it worse.
See what I roll
We can
first.
both try, really,
Nah.
can't we?
That's no good. You go ahead.
No. So
Okay.
what we really need to do is we're going to need some proper warmth and get them warmed up, which might mean getting a bit closer to keep each other warm. We need to share some heat if we can't get heat in other ways by.
We've got spare wood and charcoal that we can bank the fire up. Or
Yeah.
Well, this is after that night when the temperature dropped precipitously. So
Yeah.
it's in the morning before you set out.
okay, right.
We need to make warm food in the morning
Yeah, we
rather
can't.
than just rations. We need to heat
Cooked
something.
food. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're gonna have to move though. We can't stay on the side of this hill.
No, but we need something warm to eat before we get going.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Anybody got cooking?
I've got cooking.
That's
Okay.
really
See
not
whether
easy.
you can get something nutritious and
Okay.
effective put together to get yourself and Harumi warmed up. You're -1
No.
on your skill because you're shaking so much.
No,
by the
my
way.
BCS is 7, so nowhere near it. Failed by a long way.
Okay, so you've got hot food, but it has no other effect apart from heating up the inside.
It might not be cooked properly, but it's hot.
No.
It's hot. Sorry, I
Okay,
tried my best.
so traveling, you've got one and a bit rye in rough, and then 2 rye in normal. So if you push it, you should be able to get to Nye by midday.
Okay.
Well, we're limited by whatever speed those two can make. Quickly.
Okay, I mean they are shivering, and they're obviously suffering the effects of cold, but it's not affecting their movement rate so far. What is going to affect your movement rate is the snow, because you've got about 3 feet of snow on the ground now.
Oh wow.
Good.
Well, Harumi and I both a base of 4 now. We,
Yeah.
double carrying and whatever. So
Well, unfortunately, it's going to halve your movement rate
Yeah.
with this depth of snow. Now, given that, to get to Nye, effectively that is 1 through rough and 2 through clear, so that's effectively 3.5 rye you've got to go. Given that it's on it's through this, you'd need to be able to move 7 rye to get to Nye. The road itself is going to help you a bit and bring that down to about 5, but you'd all have to be moving at 5 to get to Nye in 1 day.
Well, that's not going to happen, is it? Because Harumi doesn't move at 5 in the first place.
She moves at
So it's
4 in the
night
best
out.
of times.
Well, I think we have to push her. To be honest, I don't think they should. Either of them should spend another night out here.
Aye, I think it's better
Okay,
to
a
push
force
her
march it is.
than to have another night
A
out.
4 March it is. Okay. And the temperature isn't going up very much. So you are all encumbered apart from Harumi. But as far as getting there is concerned, it is still very, very cold. So can I have a health saving throw from you all? And it's -1 for Kyūryū and -2 for Harumi.
okay, I'll start with Harumi. I'll roll first for her.
Oh
Doing
jeez.
all right.
Oh,
And
Not
I've rolled a
good.
17
And
as
then
well.
for me, and then for me,
We're not that much luck here, boys.
You're all dropping like flies.
yeah, I failed. Not by much, but I have failed.
well, Harumi.
Honestly, the cold weather is Kyūryū's recurring enemy in this campaign. That trickster guy and the cold weather, it's my 2 recurring enemies.
Mhm.
Well, I'm okay actually.
So Kinzo's okay.
Kosa's okay.
No,
Kosa's
Kosa's
okay.
So
okay.
Kosa's
Kosa's
okay, my
okay, yeah.
apologies. Right. How much did Kyūryū make his roll or fail?
Failed it by loads. Do you really want me to count?
How much did you fail by?
Oof, okay.
8 is it?
Allowing for the -1.
With a -1.
9 or 10 then.
Aye, something like that. What is it? A health saving throw. Health saving throw. Base saving throw is 8, so 7. I failed it by 10, mate.
Yep. And Kosa, you're okay, yes?
Kosa's okay.
I made it.
Kinzo,
It's not much
We're at
better than me.
-1.
no, you're okay because you hadn't suffered anything previously.
Okay, in that case, I failed by 7.
Okay.
Okay.
And Yanagi,
Failed by 5.
Fair enough. Okay.
So- Looks like Harumi's failed by about 14.
15.
Oh no! Imagine we got a TPK from the snow.
Okay. When you do actually manage to reach Nai, but you're having to drag Harumi along. She's going into shock,
Oh,
whatever, from the cold.
Yeah.
Hypothermia.
She's so cold that she's got hypothermia.
I'm going to go straight into the inn and tell the innkeeper, hot bath now, immediately, as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
hot bath, please. Teeth chattering.
Hello there.
Yes, but we can't just put her straight into it because that's
Oh no.
No.
No, but you
Sure.
can sit her next to it.
sit next to it and
Yes.
gradually.
While you
gradually-
somebody, well, I can massage you while she's sat next to it, or whatever.
Well, basically, all of us get into the bath apart from Kosa, who probably
Yeah,
joins
well-
us a bit later.
I do want to
Yanagi-
make sure everybody else is okay.
Yanagi suffering the early stages, but you're not that bad. Kyūryū, you are physically damaged by it.
Yeah.
So you are in the early in you actually have hypothermia. So you're going to need treatment. And poor old Harumi's much worse off than you. She's about 10 worse than you are. So
Yeah, I'll
Start
survive
with Harumi.
hypothermia. I'm worried about Harumi.
I'm going to start massaging Harumi as soon as we get into the inn.
Yep.
I'm going to suggest that we get the local doctor
Mm.
Yes, good idea,
Good
Kinzo.
one.
or a priest if there is one available.
Yeah, thank you, Kosa.
nearest priest is up at the Temple of the Flame.
So,
Okay, the local doctor it is then.
Okay, and good lord. In actual
Yeah,
fact,
it's in the
I
bar,
apologise. There is a priest available. There happened to be one visiting the village when the blizzard hit, so he hasn't yet returned to the Temple of the Flame. And let's see which one it is. So let me just go to the Temple of the Flame. Okay. So, which one is it?
Just going to AFK for a minute. I can still hear everything.
Would somebody care to roll a D3 for me, please? Okay, it's him. So, what yogas has he got? So he has Jnana Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Karma Yoga, Prana Yoga, Raja Yoga. Ah, he hasn't got that one. So as far as the healing by yoga is concerned, which is the appropriate one? So healing by yoga. Right, so this
Hello there.
so he will attempt to do healing by yoga on poor old Harumi because she was at risk of having her physical attribute reduced.
frostbite is
Yes.
losing your toes, fingers.
And he successfully does a heal by yoga. And yes, he he gets her back to just being exceptionally cold, but the frostbite effects are removed. And he will then look at Kyūryū and does the same to Kyūryū. So
Now, I
you
was
are
at-
no longer at risk of having one of your physical attributes reduced.
Nice.
You can now get into the hot bath.
Nice. I will do so. I don't care who's
Which
in it. I'll
yoga
jump
did
in
he
with
use,
them.
That was, I think it was his Hatha yoga he used.
Hatha yoga.
Yep, which has lost us to a physical attribute. Basically, what both Kyūryū and Harumi were about to suffer a loss to a physical attribute through frostbite, i.e. losing something, but he healed it before it actually affected them. So it's preventative use of healing by yoga.
Okay, in that case, I shall present him with 5 silver.
Harumi will present him with a gold because she can ill afford to lose any physical.
So she's most likely to die from it, isn't she? So,
Oh yes, I think she's got the fewest physical points of all of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the man some coins as well. Let me just see what's on the sheet. I'm gonna give him 5 silver as well.
He will also give her a lecture on the unwisdom of travelling in this sort of weather.
Okay, I'll give him
I thought
5
you were
silver.
going to say giving a lecture in the, of travelling in such health.
In actual fact, he should give us all a lecture on that because we're all pretty knackered.
Aye, we're all worse for wear.
Yes, but only Kyūryū and Harumi were suffering the preliminary stages of frostbite.
Mm.
So he will give you two the main lecture. The others, well, you're obviously tough Budoka, or tough Bushi or whatever. So he'll spare you the talk. Okay, once that's done, I think you're all in favour of having a very hot meal
Definitely.
with added heat.
yes.
Very hot bath
Okay.
followed by a very hot meal. Yes.
Very good. The innkeeper will deploy all the hot spices he's got in stock. Okay, the snow has not. There's been no further snow fallen today. It's just been very cold. So the snow that has fallen is developing a crust on top. Around the village, the villagers are clearing the snow from the paths, etc., so that they can move around safely. But the path, the road down to the castle is not being cleared at the moment because
Next
they're not
morning.
sure what. They're not
Next
sure
morning at
whether.
Carry on, Dave. Sorry.
Sorry. So
Sorry.
when you wake the next morning, the paths around the village are clear, but the path out of the village, the road out of the village, is not. It's still got about 3 feet of snow on. They're not sure what's going to happen with the weather, so they're waiting to see whether there is any further snow before clearing.
What's the state of Kyūryū and Harumi? Do they need a day's rest, or can they move?
Thanks to the efforts of the priest, they are okay and they would be able to move, but given the thickness of snow on the road, it will halve your movement rate.
Yeah, let's rest a day here. Let them recover.
Okay. Harumi. Sorry, I'm just noting this down so that.
So that is the whole of the 6th we're going to spend just resting.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Which is just as well because the temperature drops even further on the 6th.
How much do we need
It's
to pay for this
sub-zero
then?
all day. Given that you wanted the hot bath, etc., the first night would set you back 5 copper, 3 copper for the next night.
So 8 total.
8 copper total.
Thank you.
The road down to the castle, there has been an attempt to clear part of it today. The local samurai sends their villagers out to try and clear a part of a track down to Kyūryū castle, but they only get half a rye before nightfall because the snow is frozen. So they return to the village, and you are told that effectively they've only cleared up to the edge there. So the rest of the track to the castle is still about under 3 foot of snow, less whatever has been cleared by staff from the castle.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you wish to attempt to make it to the castle?
How long would it normally take us if the weather was okay? Half a day?
Less.
If you're moving at 4, that would go up to 6 on this road, and it's only 2.5, so it would be half a day to the castle. So you would make it to the castle in 1 day in this sort of weather.
I think we could risk it. I'm assuming the part of it at this end's been cleared. I'm assuming the castle probably clearing it from the other end as well. So I think we risk it unless anyone.
On the 7th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless anyone thinks it's a bad idea.
Mm.
No.
Well, let's see how
No.
it turns out.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah,
always
we
turn back
turn
if it's
back, yeah.
horribly wrong.
Okay.
Can we do anything to just one thought? Can we do anything to help Harumi before we leave, like layer her up, or
Just some woolly socks.
well, yeah, something over her hands or whatever it is. Anything we can do to set her up warmer at the start of the
Yeah,
day.
to wear all the clothes she's got.
Can we
Yeah.
make?
Well, you have got extra winter garb.
Yes.
Uncle did provide additional stuff, so you can rig up something to give her more protection than just standard winter garb.
I think we need to, because
Make her look like Michelin Man.
yeah, even if that means taking a bit of something off her to, from a carrying point of view.
Well, if somebody else could carry the money, that would free up a little bit of space.
Have a look.
Yeah,
It's
I can
10
take the
silver
money
and 93 copper.
Yeah, I can take that.
Yeah, we can do that. That's only adding, not £3 or whatever, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I can cope with that. Won't make my encumbrance any worse.
Yeah, go on then.
Fair enough. So effectively, if we then add another 2 winter garb, then that means she's still able to move 4. Okay. The temperature has actually mitigated slightly today, so it's not as cold. Still not Thor type weather, but you travel towards the castle. And you reach it without a problem.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. They have actually cleared almost a rye from the castle. They got some peasants deployed in the direction of Nye, and when you reach the castle, you can see that the other roads have also been partially cleared. You are stopped and checked by a patrol who inquire what on earth you're carrying. You all appear to be weighed down with stuff. And ask for your bills of lading for all this martial equipment you're carrying.
This equipment is recovered from a group of bandits we encountered. And we were going to ask at the castle whether we can have a permit to carry it back to Nobuoka.
Okay. So you are going to attempt to persuade them that all this stuff you're carrying is from bandits.
Yes.
It is.
Well, they have a look at it and scratch their heads, and this seems seems unlikely. This is.
I know. I'll
bandit
explain that
gear.
it seems unlikely because it's such good quality, but there's something strange about those bandits.
The head of the Ashigaru guard at the gate sits you down in a room and goes over quite what happened. And
Yep, I've no problem with that. I won't try and bob him off with any lies. I'll tell him what happened.
Yep. See, told you so, Kinzo. I was right.
Kinzo's already in a bad mood. Don't make it worse, you know.
Don't rub the salt in the wound.
Yeah, you're gonna make it worse.
Okay. Eventually, you manage to persuade them that yes, this is where you got it from. He does call in the castle armourer, who does check the stuff, and it does appear that all the armor and does appear to be from the same source, but identifying marks do not appear on the armor. So whoever made it, the identifying marks have been removed.
Filed off. Yes.
Yeah. There's nothing special about the Wakizashi. They're not named blades or anything like that. He attempts to see whether he can recognize the maker, but given the minuses he's got, no, that's not sufficient. He can't tell who made the blades. Let the
Hello there.
weapons proceed, and therefore it is proposed that they take them off your hands and pay you a reasonable amount as a reward for dealing with the bandits.
Okay, seems perfectly fair.
Okay. So let's have a quick look at your loot list.
Well, I'm hanging on to the light Ashigaru armor.
No, it's the weapons that they're talking
Weapons,
about
they're
taking
not-
off your hands.
They're not. Yes, they're not worried about the armor.
Oh, no, it's the
Okay.
weapons to worry about.
Okay, I'll remove these from my sheet then.
Let me just get the price list. So if you're good, then they will give you 40%. Excellent. They will give you 50%. Okay. They will offer you 23 gold, 5 silver, and 9 copper for all the weapons.
Okay, thank you very much.
How much was that again? Say again.
23
It's
gold.
on the sheet. I put it on the sheet.
23 gold.
For you.
5 silver,
Yep.
9 copper.
Thank you.
Yep.
Did you want to scrub all
So-
that then, Dave? All the bits we've sold, anyway.
which just leaves you with the light Ashigaru armor and the peasant garb and the
Second-hand
silver
clothes,
and
yes.
copper. Yes, second-hand clothes. Yes. Okay.
We need a permit to take the armour.
They will give you a permit for the armor.
Thank you.
They will suggest that you speak to the lord of that domain in whose area you killed the bandits in order to see if there is a reward for their death.
Okay.
To see the lord, you'll have to go back to one of the castles in his domain, whichever one he happens to be at the time.
I don't think we're going to do that. Certainly not in this weather.
No. Okay, I presume you're staying the night in the barn structure outside the castle for travellers.
Same.
Yeah.
Yes.
We take a day's food for the day. No, we've got food. We're fed, aren't we? Sorry.
You've got food.
Yeah.
Braziers are deployed to keep the temperature up. You have plenty of charcoal, so you will be warm tonight. Harumi thanks you all for your care for her help. And I think that is probably a good time to stop for tonight, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
No, it seems like a good place to. After all,
Yes,
you almost killed us all up.
Well,
The cold weather almost killed us off
you
again.
did get frostbite, but luckily one of the priests hadn't travelled back to the Temple of the Flame.
Because of the snow.
Well, it was the freezing cold temperatures and the thickness of the snow. Yes.
Which is why you don't travel in winter. Okay.
Listen,
Well,
Lerner.
Especially not with a health saving throw of 4 in Harumi's case.
just didn't want to carry a body that was all. So.
Anyway, thank you, gents. That was good fun.
Yeah.
A bit hairy on occasions, but you know.
Just a little bit. Yeah, thank you for another great fun session, guys.
Certainly profitable.
Thank you.
Very profitable.
Well, yes. Killing people is probably your best means of making money.